Hi, this is Ross Barefoot with Search Engine Academy, and I've got a quick video here to show you how you can grant access to a user that you want to work with your Google My Business account. And often we're in this position when we start to work with a client or when we do an SEO audit for someone. We will need to take a look at how they have set up their Google My Business account. If you hire an SEO agency, they're going to need to work with it on an ongoing basis. Now, in the old days, we would share credentials. We would send over our login to somebody we wanted to give access to. And that's really not a great system for obvious reasons. And so typically now the way you grant access is by adding a user's email account, and that's the case in Google My Business. I'm going to take as a starting point for this video that you already have a Google My Business account that you've logged into and you know how to do that part. Now, if you don't know how to do that part, drop down, take a look at the description for this video. I'll try to put an additional link to how you claim and set up a Google My Business account. But let's go ahead and take a look at a dashboard. I have just logged into the Google My Business account for a business called Applied Chiropractic Health Center. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look down here where it says Users on the left. Click on Users. I'll get a pop-up box like this. And Google has a different look and feel to its different properties. So this looks a little different than, for example, Google Analytics or Google Search Console. But the principle is the same. We've got a button up here at the top that says Invite New Users. And we're going to go ahead and click, and we need to add an email address. And this email address needs to be one that is tied to a Google account. If it's a Gmail address that you're using, it automatically is. If it's not a Gmail address, it needs to be tied to a Gmail address somewhere down the line. Now at this point, we can say choose a role, and we've got 3 choices as of this date, which is August of 2018. Owner, manager, and then communications manager. Now typically when we go in and work with an account, we need to, and a client gives us access, we need to get at least manager level rights. So I'm going to go ahead and click manager for this particular role, and then I'll click invite. This process is a little bit different than, for example, Google Analytics. In Google Analytics, once you've granted rights, the person already has those rights. But for Google My Business, they have to accept an invitation. Let's take a quick look at what that looks like. So here's the email that I just received from Google, and I'll just go ahead and click here to show pictures. I have that turned off by default, but we'll go ahead and take a look at it in all its illustrated glory, and you'll see it says you've received an invitation, and then you can go ahead and accept that invitation, which I'll do. It will then give me an opportunity to go through and manage the particular account I've been granted access to. And that's pretty much all there is to it, and it's easy and fairly secure. You can remove a user at any time if you no longer want them to have access to your Google My Business account.